Good morning, Phono friends. Don Wilson here for another exciting episode of As the Record Turns, and this time we're taking the project into the kitchen. I wanted to show you this very nice condition 1897 Berliner. She Was There by Mr. William F. Denny, recorded in New York on August 4th. But if we look at it, it's quite wavy. That's quite problematic when molding it because it won't lay flat in the mold, and therefore the reproduction will be even wonkier. So I wanted to give a little demo on how we're going to get this nice and flat. Here we've got a pot of boiling water, as you can see, nice and steamy. And we also have a little pie pan. This is a 9-inch pie pan, I believe. But it's made out of steel, so it's rather thick and rather strong. The aluminum ones tend to warp, but this one I've checked with a machinist's straight edge, and it is nice and flat. You'll also notice a very slight coat of wax on it. I do that just to keep things from sticking, but not absolutely required. Okay, so now we've created a double boiler. With the water in the pot boiling, we've turned the heat down relatively low, so it's still boiling. It's a little difficult to see with the white stove, but there's a little bit of steam that's coming up. And with a gas stove, it's important to turn the heat down so you don't get residual heat coming up and overheating the edge of the pie pan. So now the water's refluxing off the bottom of the pie pan, which means the pie pan cannot get hotter than 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And with that, we're going to place the warped Berliner on top. I'm going to cover it with a piece of cardboard so it's insulated, and we'll stop back in another few minutes to find it pliable and nice and flat. So it has literally been maybe 5 minutes, maybe less. And the record is nice and pliable. Here you can see we've got a nice record sandwich. If we take a piece of cardboard off, we can take a look. And it's difficult to see here, but the record is nice and flat. And here I'm going to turn the heat off. And I'm just going to transfer this to somewhere where it's relatively cool. The disc is now perfectly flat. I'll let it sit here until it's ready to cool, and then we can take a look again at it on a machinist straight edge or on the granite countertop to make sure that it's flat. And here we go. The disc is back to room temperature, and if we take a look, as far as the eye can tell, it is perfectly flat, even setting it against the machined straight edge of the granite countertops. It's nearly perfect. So this disc is now ready to be played, enjoyed, copied, and preserved.